Welcome back to CJ's World of Metal and Horror. Please like and subscribe. And if you're new, welcome. Today we're going to talk about the Hatchet movies. I would call it a series. There's 4 movies. There's 1, 2, 3, and the fourth was actually just called Victor Crowley. And I know that's Cody's favorite horror villain.
I would say he's up there, probably number 2 on my list.
Would Art the Clown be the first one?
No, not at all.
And we both know that I don't have a favorite because it's hard to choose. But all right, we're going to break down each movie, starting with the first one. So the first one is about I would say, ghost named Victor Crowley. Legend was that in New Orleans, a there was a deformed man who lived with his father, and his father hid him from the world, tried to, because he was so deformed and kids would pick on him. And one night, some teenagers went to the house and were throwing firecrackers at the door, trying to get him out so they could have, see him. And his father had come home and tried to break the door down with a hatchet and actually hit Victor in the face with it and killed him. So the legend was that if you're ever in that swamp that they lived in, called Honey Island Swamp,
Yep.
that you could hear him crying for his daddy.
Daddy.
That's about right. Now it stars Kane Hodder as Victor Crowley and actually Thomas Crowley, his father, in flashbacks, which I thought was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Uh, People know him as Jason Voorhees for 4 of those movies. I think he's the most popular of the Jason Voorhees. Also stars Joel David Moore, who, if you've ever seen the comedy Grandma's Boy, it plays JP. Perry Shen, which actually was in General Hospital. And I would know because I've watched General Hospital. Yes, I like it. At the beginning, you have Robert England, which was awesome. And you have Joshua Leonard, who played Joshua Leonard in the Blair Witch Project. So you have those 2 in the beginning. They didn't last long.
It hurts.
Then you also have Tony Todd, who played Candyman in it as Reverend Zombie. So you have all these legends, which that's great enough.
Oh, absolutely. Especially for a low budget movie.
Yes. And I think the writer director, you got to wonder how he was able to get all these all stars in there.
I so badly want to know. Like,
He was being, he was,
he had to geek out on this.
yes, very much. And I mean, I would too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Kane Hodder, Tony Todd. I mean, oh my god.
Well, and what's funny is the director Adam Green actually cameoed in all 4 movies.
Mm-hmm.
But so you have the main character, which is Mary Beth, who's searching for her father and brother in the swamp. So she takes a tour.
Not 3 hours, was it?
I bet it felt like it. And so she takes that tour because it was cheaper than buying a boat or renting one even. And you've got all these these Mardi Gras people, coming to take a tour of the swamp because it's supposed to be haunted. So, you know, that in itself was already gonna be a disaster.
Oh, absolutely.
And, of course, the boat driver crashes.
Of course.
Where do they crash?
In the swamp.
And there was that girl who, uh, she was in both Addams Family movies in the '90s. She played the dumb blonde.
Gotta have a dumb blonde.
She actually played a dumb blonde very well in that.
Yeah, like totally.
Like she's never heard of NYU,
Or 911.
or she doesn't know that the police and the cops are the same people.
What was that ringtone that she had? Oh, the Dawson's Creek song.
Yeah, which I hate that song. I've heard it so many times. But you have her and you have the other girl who are being duped into this knockoff Girls Gone Wild thing with a so-called director, and that the so-called director is actually Bill Murray's brother. So I thought that was cool too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Kind of, his part gets kind of creepier throughout the movies.
yeah, especially in the beginning of 2.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, but when they do the whole back and forth between Ben, who was Joel David Moore, and his friend Marcus, picking at each other, that was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when Ben couldn't come up with a comeback for
Bag of dicks.
that was Marcus.
Yeah, still bag of dicks.
Yeah. Which he said actually more than once.
Yes.
So that must be his favorite catchphrase.
I think so.
Um, let's see. Think and then you have the older guy who's trying to get across the tree branch to get actually on shore after the boat crashes. And he gets bit by an alligator after he slips on the tree, which I'm sure that hurt.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the camera angle when they're trying to find a road and they're walking towards the house, unfortunately. The way the camera operator did that,
Mm-hmm.
I know he was passionate about doing that. And it really paid off,
Oh, absolutely.
especially when they hear daddy. I love when you do it.
I do it so well.
But that the first 2 kills, the wife of the old guy, uh, that kill, the wife getting killed, I think that was one of my favorites of the
Oh,
movie.
absolutely. Ripping her head off like that.
And that actually became Kane Hodder's favorite kill that he's done in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was the sleeping bag in part 7 of Friday the 13th. But then that became his favorite. And that was a good kill.
I love that sleeping bag.
At first he didn't. And then Marcus climbing up the tree, in my opinion, was the smarter thing to do. I
Yes.
think he was the smartest.
How did he get up there?
Adrenaline.
Had to have been
Yeah.
like a little monkey.
That whole scene with him in the tree and then him trying to get down from the tree, that was funny. I quote, "Damn, branch hit me in the nuts." And then when he finally falls to the bottom, he's like, "This is some bullshit." I mean, I would say the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
And he lasted a while in that movie.
Yes. Yes.
And of course, they find out who the camera guy really was
Mm-hmm. How about when Perry Shen got his head taken off?
with the shovel.
Oh, yes.
Actually, I think he just got. I didn't think it was his whole head. I think it was from the mouth up.
Yes.
He he tried to grab. I don't remember what he tried to grab, but he tried to grab something. It's like, no, you should have ran with the rest of them.
Mm-hmm. That's his first kill.
Yeah. And that one of the girls who was making that knockoff Girls Gone Wild, I think my favorite quote came from her. She said, I was moving to Hollywood next month to be famous, and now I'm gonna die with all you assholes. I mean, she was right.
Yes.
And it was just like it's a it's a ghost. Like he's already dead. He's gonna pop up anywhere.
Oh, absolutely.
But my question is, why didn't they keep hearing him say "daddy"
Exactly.
if he was going to approach?
Yeah, because you hear it, but you don't all the time.
Yeah, not a. I mean, it's a small plot hole.
True.
I'm not complaining because I love that movie.
Oh yeah.
It's hilarious and gory.
Yep. And for such a low budget, the makeup work was phenomenal,
Oh, I agree.
and it got better with each movie.
Yeah, but the as far as the gore goes, especially like when they're severing limbs,
Mm-hmm.
the way the blood sprays out makes it
Oh,
hilarious.
absolutely. And then watching the documentaries, like behind the story on how they had to finesse that stuff to do it right.
Yeah, but they did it. It was like I said, hilarious and gory,
Hilarious.
very much so. And of course, the tagline that was like in every single movie was "You gotta be fucking kidding me."
Your famous words.
Maybe the F word.
No.
Never.
Ever.
I never cuss. Just
You
kidding.
cuss more than sailors.
I can't help it.
You can, but you won't.
Also, let's get to the ending. I don't want to spoil it too much. I highly recommend you watch all the Hatchet movies. You can watch them on all four of them on Tubi, which is free. The ending when he is picking her up from the water when he's in the boat, and the way they just cut it off in that scene, that's when you knew there was going to be a next movie.
Yep. It's like, yeah, they kind of stole it from Friday the 13th, but
But the way they did it was their own.
exactly.
Ready to move on to Hatchet 2?
Yes,
And we'll go ahead and pick up where Hatchet 1 left off when
absolutely.
he's fighting with her at the end. The great part, and you know I love this part,
Oh, yeah.
they re-
New.
they replaced Mary Beth with my personal favorite horror movie actress, Danielle Harris. From what I read, the original Mary Beth actually was too difficult to work with. And actually, Danielle Harris actually did audition for the first one, but they didn't want too many veterans, legends. They thought maybe adding her would be too much.
Yeah, but I think they did better by bringing her in.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She plays Mary Beth so much better than, no offense to the other girl,
Right, no offense.
but
She did all right.
yeah, but she just does it way better.
Right. And then she goes to Jack Cracker, which I think is a funny name, who was played by John Carl Beekler, who actually directed Friday the 13th Part 7, my personal favorite. But when he finds out what her name is, including her last name, he kicks her out. I mean, even threatens her with a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like the Victor Crowley was letting him live in peace
Until
until
I love that kill scene.
the intestines
Oh
being
God,
choked
yeah.
by your own intestines.
Mm-hmm. They did it so well too. It's like,
And that was funny with when he was looking through the camera before he got killed.
mm-hmm.
But you guys have to check it out for yourselves. Um, I know you love the Marilyn Manson song in the beginning of the first one.
It ties it so good. I mean, it was a great intro song.
Yeah. Um, these in part two, that song, I don't know what it is, but it sounds really cool to me.
Absolutely.
But I don't know who it is. I don't know what the title is.
No,
It sounds good though.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. Adam Green is a huge metal fan. Um, also, Tony Todd plays a bigger part in in the second one.
Yeah, and the
He,
cool part is when they're in the voodoo shop,
mhm.
on that TV in the background, they're playing a clip from another movie that he did called Frozen. Not the little kid one.
You're talking about Adam Green's movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
where Tony Todd does a cameo in that.
So does Kane Hodder.
Yep.
No, he doesn't. Cameo is Victor Crowley. Um, yeah, that was pretty cool. And this is actually where you learn the full truth about Victor Crowley.
Yeah, I liked how they actually go in depth with how he became
Deformed.
deformed and
So basically, Thomas Crowley's wife was dying, and he had an affair with his wife's nurse, and she became pregnant with Victor. And when she was done, she was at the final stage. The wife, she suddenly, I think it was some kind of possession thing
yeah,
where she was saying some kind of curse, touching the nurse's belly. I think her name was Lena, the
Lena.
nurse,
Yes, yes, yep,
and then she died. And then when when the nurse finally gave birth, he came out so grotesque with tumors and deformities, and legend had it that Lena actually died as soon as she laid eyes on her child. So, that's kind of where you
yep.
learn the full truth on why Thomas Crowley hid Victor.
I really appreciate them actually going into a detail like that to help the viewer see.
Now, Mary Beth actually is told this by Reverend Zombie. She goes to him because Jack Cracker told her if she wants answers because she doesn't know why, why her dad's hated. But she wants to go back to that swamp to get her father and brother because she did find him dead. But Reverend Zombie, after making a deal, was going to take her back. But even before he you find out his true motives, you kind of got the sense
There's some underlying.
like you could tell he was a con man.
Oh, absolutely.
And not only that, with that movie, you got an actor who played Leatherface in one of the Texas Chainsaw movies. It wasn't the first one. And you got someone who worked on the original Child's Play. Like I said, you really got to watch these movies. They're really good and funny and gory.
And it has a good mix of all.
Part I didn't like at the beginning was Adam Green's character because you see him throwing up.
Yeah, but if you look closely, you see like porn and everything. It's like, wow, really?
Like, boy, he was dedicated to that role.
Yes, he was.
I mean, it was supposed to be set in Mardi Gras.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, people get drunk. I think the producer was throwing up in the first one.
Yes. Yeah, he was.
She.
Yeah.
I don't think now Hatchet 2, I don't think it was as good as the other one. I love it,
Yeah.
but I don't think it was as good as the other one.
No, it kind of was a little downplayed,
Mhm.
but came back in the third one even better.
Well, Reverend Zombie thought that to get rid of Victor Crowley had to take revenge on the teenagers that originally caused his death. So he thought that Mary Beth's uncle, who she had to bring along, otherwise no deal, was her real uncle. Come to find out, he wasn't.
Nope.
So what does Reverend Zombie say when he finds out the truth? You gotta be fucking kidding me. And then you can truly see how tall both Kane Hodder and Tony Todd are in that when they come face to face. They are tall as hell.
Oh yeah, and their fight scene together. Ooh,
Which I don't want to reveal because I don't want to spoil that, but yeah, check it out.
I would definitely say that that would definitely be the one to watch repeatedly.
Now, what was funny about that was how short Danielle Harris is to Kane Hodder.
Yes, and
But
Tony Todd.
but when she attacked him, that was funny when she jumped on him because
Mm-hmm.
that's like I feel your pain of the shortness, and they ended that in the middle of the fight scene.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, says my actual favorite phrase right at the end. Fuck you. In my opinion, she was badass.
Oh God, yeah.
From what I understand, though, they already had the idea of Hatchet 2 before Hatchet 1.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think they wanted to go more in depth with her character.
Mm-hmm.
Hatchet 3, my personal favorite. Of course, he gets right back up,
Of course.
but he falls on that damn chainsaw she started.
Oh yeah. I love the size of that chainsaw. I wonder if I can get that.
Where are you going to keep it?
Got a garage.
And the song that they did the introduction with was Guar Genocide, which is the only song I've heard of theirs that I like. Maybe it's because of Hatchet 3, but I thought it was good.
Yeah.
She walks, and I mean, I know in a police station, people get belligerent, but would you ever in a million years think someone would walk in with somebody's scalp?
And covering Carrie blood
Yeah. Would you ever think that?
in this modern day.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Of course, who plays the sheriff? But the guy from Gremlins. But that what I've seen him in and what I love is an underrated horror comedy called Waxwork. And Waxwork too, but the first one's better. But he plays the sheriff. You got Caroline, I think Williams. She's from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and I think Leprechaun 3. You wouldn't know, I would.
I'm not a big Leprechaun fan.
They're funny. And Warwick Davis,
I
he was pretty funny. He was. Unfortunately, he wasn't in the Hatchet movies.
oh, I could just imagine that one. Kick the little one around.
And then you have the guy, which I still have yet to watch that. I know Ashley suggested it. Like, kind of reminded me, People Under the Stairs. The one guy, um, one of the ambulance people, the one who gets killed by the paddles.
Oh.
What was hilarious was his dialogue with Perry Shen, who plays a different character. Like in the other two Hatchet movies, he plays a different character. In this one, his name's Andrew, who's also an ambulance, a paramedic, and he's the guy from People Under the Stairs is like you know Asian. We were working on an Asian male about this height. He kind of looked like you, man.
Oh, ha ha, we all look alike.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
That was funny. I did enjoy that dialogue. But and seeing Victor's body from inside the body bag kind of rise up
Mhm.
come nighttime. I mean, and there were bodies everywhere, so they had their work cut out for them,
Oh, absolutely.
especially when some of them were ripped to pieces. Then you also have Cody Blue Snyder, who's Dee Snyder's son. He was funny in Hatchet 3. He also had the more sense.
Yes.
Definitely had a lot of different weapons.
A grenade launcher. Where did he get that?
I have no idea.
But
Connections, maybe? I think in this also, Mary Beth is more of a smartass and meaner, which I love. I don't know why.
your personality.
Maybe.
You're both short. You're both feisty.
Can't help it. Dynamite comes in small packages. And of course, Sid Haig, which a lot of people know him from House of a Thousand Corpses, unfortunately.
Oh, he was phenomenal in this.
Yeah, he played a redneck really well, especially when he was back and forth with the black deputy.
I went all the way to Korea.
Why do they always pull that card out? But basically, to get rid of Victor Crowley, the truth was you had to bring Thomas Crowley to Victor. But how would you do that when Thomas Crowley's been dead? Use his ashes. I honestly thought that Mary Beth was going to die in that one
Mm-hmm.
until I saw the fourth at the end. But the way he stuck her through that tree branch,
Yes. I thought that was a kill.
and in my opinion, that was probably the highest budget one, and the action in it. I mean, you really got to check these movies out. But but also, guess who survives? He finally caught a
Hmm.
break.
Finally. Each movie it goes further and further with him.
You got to give him credit.
Oh yeah. Feisty.
Different characters, but dedication.
Yep.
Then now we're gonna move on to Hatchet 4, which is just called Victor Crowley. It's not called Hatchet 4.
Wasn't my most favorite.
I would say it's above 2 for me.
Yeah.
I would say for me it would be 3, 1, Victor Crowley, and 2. That's my ranking.
Pretty much on the same page with you.
Now you would think they would, be done with it after Hatchet 3, but no, because they some kind of what was it, spell or something,
Yeah.
chant,
Yeah. I want to say it's like a seance kind of thing. They.
like a chant
Yeah.
in Latin, I think. I want to say Latin.
Think so. Think it was.
That brings him back in the fourth one, but it also has Andrew back. And lo and behold, survives a plane crash in that one.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I mean, a few others didn't make it. You have Adam Green again making his cameo as one of the pilots of the plane, and he does a little quagmire thing, which is funny. Like in the third one, he actually is arrested,
Mm-hmm.
and the only thing out of his mouth should have gone on the swamp tour.
You did forget to mention one actor in number 3. He was also,
Derek Mears,
yes,
who played Jason in the reboot.
yes.
Yeah, that Jason versus Jason was great.
It was
and the better Jason one.
absolutely, and it was.
I love that kill too.
I think that probably had to be my second or third kill out of all four of them.
But I mean, in the fourth one, you can tell it was again a lower budget,
Mm-hmm.
but it still wasn't bad.
No.
And you've got the guy who played Doofy in Scary Movie in it, and you also then you bring another short girl into it. Her character was funny.
Yes.
I can't. I mean, Andrew. Andrew writes a book, and his manager, who's played by Alicia Rose, I think she was the villain in Sleepaway Camp, the killer. She was funny in Victor Crowley.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, she makes an empty promise that if he goes back, he'll make a whole bunch of money, and it was actually just a fraction of what his manager promised him.
Yep.
But that's unfortunate. But I think the shorter girl in this, I keep forgetting her name,
I should have looked it up.
but
Well, this weekend I watched 1 and 2. I didn't get to 3 or 4 yet.
that's okay because I'll randomly put on those movies.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to watch them so I can get back up to date because with number 4, I haven't watched it as much as 1 and 2.
I think with four, that shorter actress, I think they put a line in her script just because of Felicia Rose, of her character in Sleepaway Camp, what they reveal at the end. Because when she's introduced to the guy who played Doofy, because he's trying to be an actor playing in her friend's movie, and he's smitten with her, and she goes, "I have a dick." I swear that was an homage to.
It had to be. It had to be.
I think so. And if not, that was a great coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like I said, that I prefer 3, but 4 I like how they refreshed it, kind
Yeah.
of.
Makes you wonder if because I'm sure that there's a way that they'll be able to make like a 5, a 6, if they want.
I If they do, I'd definitely watch it.
Oh yeah. Hopefully they stay with how they've been.
Yeah, I hope so. But you know, won't know. Only time will tell.
Yep.
I mean, I'm a diehard Hatchet fan.
Oh, absolutely. You know I am.
Yeah, I just and they the comedy just still there.
Mm-hmm.
Like you wouldn't think it'd be as funny.
No.
Yeah, I think the only part that I didn't find, that is sad is when one of the women actually doesn't get killed by Victor Crowley, but she drowns because she's pinned under seats from the plane.
Mm-hmm.
But the saddest part about that is she's pregnant.
Yes.
I think that was a sad part of the movie, but the rest was hilarious. And it's like when one of them gets a call on her cell phone and it says Scott Barnes. Well, in the first movie, the dumb blonde gets a call from Scott Barnes.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Drama.
Dun dun dun.
I like how they bring stuff from the other movies kind of into
Oh,
the
absolutely.
fourth one, even though they're doing a refresh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you even had a couple actors from the other movies playing different characters in this movie. They're cameos, but they play different people.
I think it's cool how Perry Shen kept coming back.
That was also like a very original thing to make.
Yeah.
Having him get farther and farther in the movies, and then he finally survived. And then he survives again.
Mm-hmm. And writes a book about it, and nobody believes him. At one point, didn't they think that he was the killer?
Yeah. They actually went to trial. He was acquitted.
Yeah.
I think they found prints on a couple of the bodies, and I don't see how, but then again, he did hide under bodies in the third one,
Yes.
which would actually is actually smart.
Yes. I would definitely do that. Especially if I'm being chased around by somebody with a belt sander.
Yeah, it's
I
like
want that belt sander. I want that belt sander.
yeah, we'll look into it.
You better.
But that's fun. What's funny is I thought his signature weapon was a hatchet, but it
Mm-hmm.
turns out it
A,
two weapons, a hatchet and a belt sander.
a gas-powered belt sander.
Yeah, which he made good use out of.
Oh, yeah.
People's faces, a boat, an airplane.
What grit did he use?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him?
Nope. Nope.
Why not?
I see how it is. Just kill me off.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
Ready for trivia?
Yes. Ish.
Would you like to ask first, or would you like me to?
Little demons first.
Oh, gee, thanks. A group of friends encounter the Foundation on the Appalachian Trail in what 2021 reboot?
Not the Blair Witch, is it? No. I
No,
can't.
no, but we've watched the original.
And I can't think of it at the moment.
Wrong turn.
Oh. Who wrote the novel Horns, which was made into a film starring Daniel Radcliffe in 2013?
I'm just gonna guess Stephen King because I
No.
have no idea.
No.
Okay, who?
It says Joe Hill.
That's Stephen King's son. Okay. During a massive hurricane, a father and daughter get trapped under their home with a pack of gigantic alligators in what 2019 film?
I don't think I know this one. No.
I don't think you do.
The, would you have?
No.
Okay.
Brawl.
Natalie Portman won an Oscar for portraying a ballerina whose dark side is revealed in what 2012 film?
Black Swan.
Yes.
And I've never even seen it. Well, you're 0 for 2. Let's see if you can get this one.
Okay.
Let's see. Roses are red, violets are blue. One is dead, so are you. Name the movie.
I think you did this on purpose to see how.
I really didn't. This was random.
I am like drawing a bad blanks today.
My Bloody Valentine.
Hmm. Also known as Hatchet, Adam Green writes and directs what 2017 American comedy slasher film?
Oh God, I have no idea.
Victor Crawley.
Oh my freaking! That is just wrong. All right. What is the name of the company that manufactures Halloween masks in the movie Halloween 3: Season of the Witch?
Oops.
Silver Shamrock.
Oh. I don't think I've really watched that one too much.
I think you've watched it once with me.
Yeah. Felicia Rose is the most notable known for her film debut in what 1983 American slasher film about summer camp?
Sleepaway Camp.
Yep. I swear, I think you picked these questions on purpose and gave
I
these to
swear.
me.
I swear.
Just you stacked this deck.
No, but it's a great coincidence.
Uh-huh. At least I got you on the Hatchet one.
Yeah, I should have known. I should have just guessed it. Vince Vaughn plays the blissful butcher in what 2020 film by Blumhouse Productions? You know this movie.
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Ah, I know it too. Don't laugh. It's on the tip of my tongue to say it.
Freaky.
I was thinking something else anyways. Tagline. He'll tear your soul apart. Name that movie.
Hellraiser.
Yep.
And as usual, I win.
Yeah, for now.
Always.
Don't stack the deck next time. It's coincidence that you went through the deck and randomly gave me these 5 cards.
And I wasn't looking, I was looking straight ahead. I counted out.
Mm-hmm.
I counted 5 for you, put them down. 5 for me, put them down.
Mm-hmm.
I swear.
It's like a little fire engine situation.
You just can't let go of the fire engine situation.
Neither can somebody else.
Yeah, if you're not the victim, then be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
That's all for today. Join us on the next episode, and thanks for watching.